Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso@thewatchbox.com. It's in the description below. It is your purchase and pricing email question line for buying this or any watch you see on any Watchbox platform. Email me directly. Email tmosso@thewatchbox.com for pricing. Today, we are discussing a 2013 model year limited edition of 500 pieces in stainless steel. This is the Bulgari Diagono Chronograph caliber 303. So 42 millimeters in diameter, it is 12.2 millimeters thick, which is delightfully thin. And from lug to lug, it is 53.8 millimeters, but don't be deceived by that. It wears a little bit smaller. We'll throw it on my wrist, which is 16 centimeters in circumference. And you can see that these hinge lugs make for an unconventional, but surprisingly outstanding fit on my smaller wrist. My wrist is 16 centimeters in circumference. And I think if your wrist is my size or larger, you're going to wear this watch well. It is quite thin, so while it's a sports watch and 100 meters water resistant, it will still slip underneath a cuff. Taking a look at the strap, you can see it's got to be proprietary to join with this lug profile. It has bolstering down the middle to add a little bit of a character line, and then it features shear cut sides, medium blue, large rectangular scale alligator leather, semi-gloss with a monotone stitch. On the bottom, you can see it's calfskin, and it's brand new from Bulgari. We have a matching Bulgari branded steel deployant clasp. It is friction fit or snap shut, and you can see there's media blasting and polish both on this buckle. Deployant clasps make it harder to drop your watch while donning or removing, so it's less likely to drop off your wrist because the deployant joins with the other side and creates a continuous loop. Now here we have screws and bars fixing the strap to the case, which is a reassuring solution as it's more secure than spring bars. Might take a little bit longer to manufacture and to remove the strap for swapping, but you'll have security on the wrist and peace of mind. Now you can see there are quite a few detailed contrasts between polished accents and satination here. We have longitudinal satination across the lug hoods and down the hinges, and then you can see in profile we actually have vertical satination along the case band all the way through the crown guards. We have polished accents on the outer faces of the chronograph pushers as well as their shoulders. The outer face of the crown is satinated, but the knurling and the bevel is polished. And then the bezel features a satinated flank but a bright polished mirrored top. And it harks back to the Bulgari design by Gerald Genta for Bulgari during the 1970s. But this is part of the catch-all Diagono collection of sports watches that Bulgari marketed during the 2000s and the 2010s. As a result, the watch has a screw-down crown, and it is 100 meters water-resistant, designed for swimming. We'll do a quick lume shot so you can see the watch has plenty of luminescence. And then the dial is actually quite exquisite. You can see we have applique indices, which give the watch an upscale look, as well as an applied and mirror polished Arabic numeral 12. But what you can't quite see is that this is a Champlevé cold enamel dial. So what that means is the wells to create the different colors were first etched in the dial base, and then those wells were filled with white, blue, and clear lacquer, built up, cured in an autoclave, and polished by hand up to 12 applications to create these white and blue segments that you see right here, with the dial polished and left flush with the lacquer to create the sectors for the sub-registers. It's a very beautiful and laborious technique to create a dial. Now you can see that we've got chronograph minutes, chronograph hours, and then we've got running seconds down at the bottom. You can see the watch has absolutely smooth engagement of its chronograph seconds hand due to a vertical clutch. You can also leave the chrono running full time without additional wear and tear due to the vertical clutch. There's a column wheel for function selection. You can see it visible and black polished through the reverse side. That makes for a nice crisp feel underneath the finger. The watch does not have hacking seconds, but it does have a quick set date. You can see I have a quick set system that allows me to rapidly cycle the date. And you note the chronograph continues when the crown is withdrawn because this is a Frédéric Piguet 1185 movement. And the 1185 has many virtues, but hacking is not one of them. What it does have on its side is haute horlogerie street cred. This watch is a lot like the Cartier CPCP collection watches, where Cartier focused on design and brought in the best customer calibers from high-end partners like Piaget, Frédéric Piguet, and Jaeger-LeCoultre. And that's what we have here. Frédéric Piguet is better known as Manufacture Blancpain, but they've provided movements to everyone from Breguet to Blancpain to Harry Winston to Bulgari and more over the years. So the 1185 is a nice compact integrated automatic vertical clutch column wheel chronograph with unidirectional winding and a 40-hour power reserve. It beats away at 21,600 vibrations per hour. It has a great deal of hand finishing that is beautifully executed. In particular, the bevels are bright, mirrored, broad, and supremely attractive. It's adjusted in 5 positions, which is the chronometer and high horology standard, and all of this pivots on 37 joules in a remarkably thin integrated profile that is only 5.5 millimeters thick. So, reach out to Team Mosso at thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing details.